Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Comfort Keepers in Home Care and Advanced Audiology. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Dr. Jean Dorio,
on your hometown station, KHTS. This is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our guests this morning will be Nicole Williams of the Domestic Violence Center of SCV, and later in the hour we will be speaking with Dr. Avellino and Dr. Karanam from Facey Medical Group. So how are you, sir?
Good. It's warming up again for our seniors. So as you know that, this time of year, the fall is, you fall, but you don't fall instantaneously, and the temperatures come down, and we've had a few very nice days the past few days, but the temperature will go up this week in the 90s, and we have to remind our seniors that it's still hydration time.
Absolutely. Drink lots and lots of liquid, preferably water.
Or anything else that your body can tolerate. That's the big deal. For people forget that you can have Gatorade, you can have milk, you can have water, you can have tea and coffee and things like that. But the important part is to keep your nutrition level up and keep your hydration level up as well.
That's right. And I prefer to carry water around with me.
and that's good. And you keep it in a container that, for us who we talk about what we have in our foods and in our drink, but you have a container that won't some of the particulates won't go into the water, which is good.
That's right. This is the plastic outside, and inside it is a glass container.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And this is what we've talked about on our show before in the past, how our seniors have, not just our seniors, but everybody has, we've been poisoned, and we've been poisoned by the things and the foods that we eat on a constant basis. And I think a lot of our seniors as well, and everybody is turning to organic and, making sure that they get farm fresh, right to the table type of foods, and they're growing their own foods too.
That's true.
And, I can tell the difference in my body. I switched over a while ago, and we only shop at Whole Foods and or Trader Joe's, and we're always reading labels. I could go to farmers market, and we believe that most of the things we are eating are not poisoning us. And with that, I think we're starting to learn to purify our bodies and make sure that the nutrients are correct. And that's hard to do in our society right now because, so many of those who aren't listening but who are working now and, on the freeways and they're kind of in the middle of caregiving for their kids, and maybe they're grandparents or parents, they're fighting, trying to just get any kind of nutrition. So they'll eat fast foods. They'll eat canned products. They'll eat things that are just simple and easy for them, but they don't realize, who knows, it could be cutting off years of their life.
That's very true. And most people do not know the consequences of eating soup out of a can, or drinking the water out of the plastic bottles, especially if you leave them in the car and they get heated
up.
And that happens constantly, and that is bad. It's very bad. Another thing that I found out also is yogurt is not good for you.
Well, and
yogurt is one of the. You need to stay away from yogurt because of
it all
what
yogurt,
it has.
Barb? Is
yes,
it all yogurt?
All yogurt.
Okay, so what is in it? What is in it that is bad?
I don't know the name of it.
Oh, yogurt.
And whatever's
I think
in
certain
yogurt,
kinds of yogurts are not good, and I can taste the difference. I mean, if you read the ingredients, there's so many preservatives and colorings in it.
That's the bad stuff.
And I can't say, I get Trader Joe's yogurt, and I like it. I mean, I think it's, I can't tell you how pure it is. It gives me the vitamin D that I need and the milk products that I need. And, I drink milk as well. But, yogurt has been a staple of my life for a very long time. I remember, when I was young, a neighbor of ours, she was from like Czechoslovakia. Which is a country that I don't think exists now, but she made yogurt And, it didn't have any flavoring to it. It was plain yogurt. Boy, I tried it and I didn't like it. And I just remember one day she would put it in the oven or something, and the oven blew up. And and I was there. I heard the explosion, and she came, out, and she was singed. Her hair was singed. Her eyebrows were singed. And I said, that is some powerful yogurt. So, but after a while, she was there. She had that influence, and I started to like it, And I thought and when I reintroduced myself to it, I thought, there's a taste to it, a tang to it that, I think, after I would eat yogurts that I don't eat now, and I now can tell the difference in the taste and the, and reading the ingredients, how, there are poisons in it.
Well, chances are Trader Joe's probably is a healthier yogurt than you find elsewhere. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Because Trader Joe's, they have a reputation for wholesome food, healthy food.
Absolutely. And, a part of staying healthy is definitely, maintaining one's health through exercise. And, both of us being seniors, were, constantly out trying to assure that, we're in decent shape. You can't be in the best shape. And, in November, the marathon will be here in Santa Clarita, and I've always strived to try to get in shape for it. But right now, I am not in shape for it, and I got 5 weeks to get in shape for. Yeah, I won't do the marathon, but I might try to do the half marathon, and if anything, I'll relegate myself back to the 5K which is 3.1 mile or so, and do that. But our seniors, there are a lot of seniors participating in events like that, and you don't have to time yourself and set a world record. You just have to get out there, and get on the sidewalks and walk, go to a gym, and even lift weights. Lifting weights is not going to bulk you up. Arnold Schwarzenegger look. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's
No.
What you want is your body to be in good enough shape so that if things happen, your reflexes are there. You can drive better. If when you're walking and you're afraid that you're gonna you might start to stumble and fall. Hey, you pick yourself up again and you make sure that you don't fall. So exercise is key for us.
Oh, it is. And where I live, in the neighborhood I live in, we have quite a few seniors in there because they've kept their homes for many, 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 many years. And what's happening is I see lots and lots of seniors walking.
Yeah, isn't it
I
something?
mean, they may be walking slowly, but they are walking.
Yeah, I think they've eaten yogurt
moving.
before that too.
But they're moving. Their bodies are in motion.
In motion.
And that's what's important. It really is.
Oh yeah.
And I think Nicole is here. Come
in,
sit
Nicole.
down, sweetheart.
Come on in.
And she's dressed in purple. I wonder why.
Well, we've been just talking about senior health and, assuring that, in different ways, one, they're not poisoned by the foods that we eat, but you also exercise and you make sure that you exercise. But Nicole, you're part of what you do here in Santa Clarita, and your organization is a different thing for us. But our seniors are affected by domestic violence, and domestic violence plays a huge role. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here. And yes, you are correct. It does play a huge role.
Yeah, people don't realize that. At any age, domestic violence can be there, and it plays a profound effect on especially for our seniors, their psyche and how they get worried, and some of them, end up becoming despondent, depressed, and sometimes even suicidal.
Yes, you are correct.
That's very true.
Yes.
And many times the quote domestic violence is psychological and emotional.
Abusive.
And
it doesn't have to be physical. People have to
it's not always physical.
No, it isn't. And I think the emotional abuse, in my opinion, is the worst kind.
It is the worst kind. Yes,
because it goes on and on and
Never
on.
stops.
It never stops. And I was in a former marriage very similar to that. There was a lot of, oh, you don't know what you're doing. Oh, you look horrible in that. Nah, 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 And that's psychological, emotional abuse.
Yes, it is.
And finally, I got out of there. I said, go. I packed his bags and put them on the sidewalk, and off he went.
Yes, domestic violence has no age to it. It's no age. It happens very young. It happens very old. So there's no age
And
limit
all
to
in
domestic
between.
violence. Yes.
That's true. But you're here for a specific reason, aren't
Yes,
you?
I am.
Okay,
but
go
I do
for
want to
it.
share. I know this is the senior hour, and I do want to share the elder hotline number
Oh,
for
yes.
those who may be in need to call to get information about if they know of a loved one or maybe going through it themselves. That number is 1-877-477-3646. And I urge anyone that they hear of anyone that's involved in that at that age to please call that number.
Is that an anytime 24/7 type of
24/7.
number? So
Yes,
that's
sir.
877-477-3646. So,
Yes, sir.
so Nicole, tell us a little bit about some of the things that our seniors could face, and in terms of as a senior, some of the things that they could face that could affect them in life and trying to survive and make good and move forward. What are some of the things we were talking about, the abuse that one sees, the verbal abuse that one sees? I mean, and with seniors, I will tell you, sometimes I think Barbara and I have both seen, we have seen, our patients and our friends who you could tell something's wrong, can't you?
Yes, it's been mostly it's like people been taking advantage, especially elderly at that age. And it's so sad to say that it comes from family sometimes, that they have to deal with their families because maybe they can't afford to go into a nursing facility or have the funds to be out there on their own in assisted living, but they have to stay with a family member. So sadly to say, sometimes it does come from the family because they have their own issues. Now they have to deal with their parents or their grandparents. So they have to deal with the emotion side of it, the illness of the parents or grandparents. So that alone is pressure for both. And that can cause some emotionally, mental, people say stuff they don't mean at a certain time, but then you're dealing with that on the elderly side. And they can also become homeless because of the financial strain. If they don't have a family member to take care of them, there you have a homeless issue.
But this is the tough part, isn't it, Nicole? Isn't it? You're in an abusive relationship and it's really tough, and your biggest fear now is becoming homeless.
Yes.
And you will not
That's a huge
report it.
fear.
You will not say anything to anyone. You will retract and hold yourself in and put up with it when
That's right.
there's no place to turn. But this number you gave us, the elder hotline, I think is very important.
It's
if you're
very
if you're
important.
feeling or sensing that now you're trapped.
It's almost like being a kid at the age of 18, nowhere to go, no one to call, and now you're out there on the streets. What do I do? And someone's going to take advantage of you because you're vulnerable, and they're going to get what they can out of you. So that's when all that abuse comes in. And it's so sad because I've seen a lot of elderly that are facing abuse and are homeless. Just financial strain alone can be harmful to you and can cause a lot of pain.
We certainly, when our seniors are homeless, we try to find out why they're homeless.
Right.
And, some of the time it's the rents have gone up and, they didn't have enough savings and
The abuse side of it,
and
that they
then
don't want
there's
to
that-
admit, that they don't want to share with
Right,
others because they're
and-
just embarrassed to share it.
So as we analyze it, some of it is coming because they're afraid to, and, then they do end up in the street, but they're just, I would say the major part of the people, our seniors who are being abused, stay in the situation of being abused. But, you can elect to stay in that situation, but by good counseling, you can make it better.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you have to walk out, but you can bring it to other family members, authorities, and people just to make it better so you can survive in your household and not become homeless.
And
Exactly.
hopefully they are not afraid to do that,
Right.
because that's a big issue. If you're living in a home and you have parents taking care of grandparents or children taking care of parents, they may be abusing. And sometimes
We have
they're
seen cases
afraid
like
to
that.
say
We've seen
anything
cases like
for
that.
fear
and
that something will happen,
And
Because
it's
they want to protect their family, of course.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have to be safe for themselves as well.
Absolutely.
And then
And the
there's-
question is like, why is this happening to me at this age? That's the
Right.
first question. Why is this happening to me? I'm such and such old, and what have I done to deserve this? That's their first question. Why?
And there's
That's right.
financial dangling where they are, they don't have the means of Social Security
Right.
or ability to go out and work, and the abuser is saying, you don't do this, and I'm going to cut you off. And, that
Exactly.
psychologically messes people, their minds up as well, and
Yes.
they become subservient and not in a life that they feel is worthy.
Right.
So, but there's an
Yeah.
event coming up.
Yes,
Yes.
it is, and that's what I'm here today to talk about as well.
And of course,
we're
she's
so
dressed.
excited.
She's dressed in purple, also.
Yes,
So-
it's our 6th annual 5K Purple Walk at the College of the Canyons Track and Field. So we're so excited. It's coming up Saturday, October 21st, 2017. The walk starts at approximately 9 a.m. till about 11:30 with all the festivities, and it's going to be a great walk. We're very excited. We have a lot of sponsors coming in. We have a wonderful swag bag that you're going to get when you register, along with a T-shirt. So we really want everyone to come out and support Domestic Violence Center here in Santa Clarita Valley to continue to spread awareness to stop and end violence for all ages, not just one particular age.
That's right.
And you can go on our website at www.dvc-scv.org and sign up and do your waiver and everything the day before the walk so that you're not in the long lines. But again, it's going to be a great walk. It's going to be a lot of fun. And just so you know, you will get purpled. So you come prepared because you will get purpled that day. So be ready to get purpled. So it's going to be a great time.
Well, it'll be really interesting if someone's dressed in all white and they get all purpled.
The T-shirts are
Purple
white. So
Oh,
yeah, so there you go.
Okay, the
T-shirts are white.
Oh, they're not purple?
No.
No.
Oh, shucks.
That's so you can get purpled on.
Oh, wait.
That's
So
the
when you
whole
say
reason.
that, purpled is what? Are they going to,
Purple spray.
what kind of spray is it?
It's like this really nice violet color that it's like, it's not food. It won't stain your clothes, but it's going to be embolic.
What if it gets into my lungs and gives me an asthma attack?
Oh, we don't want that.
No, I would be afraid.
you're thinking
I'm gonna
ahead
bring
too
my
far.
mask with me.
And this year we're going to have something special there. It's called a Window Between Worlds panel where you can make touchstones, something inspiring, motivational that you can take with you. So we're
Oh,
going to
cool.
have that there. So it's going to be really exciting. So
Does it stay
don't
on
wanna
the
miss
grounds, stay in the stadium there, the Cougar Stadium the whole time? Or does
No.
does it go out? And because, we
it starts on the track where the
starts on
balloon
the track,
arch
but
will
it
be.
then
Yes.
goes through the campus.
It goes through the campus
Yeah,
and
and
into
if you,
the hill.
it's pretty cool because if you haven't done that before, it's just I ran we had a course that started at the stadium and we'd run a 5K during the summertime, and it was just a lot of fun.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's supposed to be a really cool, crisp morning, so not too hot, and we'll have bagels there and fruit and a lemonade stand. So it's gonna be really nice.
Oh, it sounds like
I
fun.
know, and
doesn't
that's
it?
to support that's going to end our DV Awareness Month event. That's going to be the last one of the DV Awareness Month, and there's going to be a lot of other events going on that you can check out on our website as well.
And it's
for that
the
month.
Purple Walk. And this is the 6th.
6th annual.
That's unbelievable. I can't believe it. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
And we're also having a purple hair challenge. So that's going to be announced
Barbara,
pretty
you
soon.
can enter that.
That's going to be announced pretty soon. So
purple hair.
be on the lookout. Yes.
So do you color it there?
No,
No.
you get it the whole month of October. When you come to the walk, if it's still purple, you get to be entered in the raffle. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Interesting. Oh.
Yeah. So that's coming out soon. So
That's interesting. And my birthday is in October, too.
oh,
Woohoo!
Miss Barbara may go all purple on it.
Right.
So
That's
gonna be
not a
nice,
bad
though.
idea. Not a bad
So we just
idea.
encourage everyone to come out, support the Purple Walk the whole month of October. Wear much as purple as you can. Let's paint the town purple and have a good time with this.
And just a reminder to our listening audience that it's not just 1 month. Awareness
It's
of
every
domestic violence is year-round.
Yes.
And especially for our seniors, it's just one of these things that remains buried in our society, and we can't allow that to continue to happen. And that awareness through the Domestic Violence Center is improving. But we still have to work real hard to make sure that none of our seniors in Santa Clarita are suffering. And you folks over at the Domestic Violence Center are doing that, not just with this walk, but also getting out there, getting on the radio, getting in the newspaper, doing all the things, Nicole, that allow our seniors to come forward and say, I'm having trouble right now, so that next year things will be better for them.
And
Thank you so
remember,
much.
if you see something, say something.
Yes, please.
That
That's what
is
we're here
very, very important.
And we want to share
It
the
really
hotline
is.
number as well.
Oh, yes.
Once again.
You can also call the Domestic Violence Center hotline number here in Santa Clarita Valley at 661-259-4357. And that's also a 24-hour hotline as well.
259-4357.
Yes,
And the elder hotline number is 877-477-3646.
Yes, sir.
Great,
Yes.
Nicole. Thanks for being on the show today. We
Oh, you're
appreciate it.
welcome.
And,
It's glad to
one,
be here.
enlightening, our seniors and the cause that is out there now, not 1 month, but, every day we have to keep reminding them.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again for being on
Absolutely.
the show.
You're
We're
welcome.
gonna
I was glad to be here.
we're
Thank
going
you
to take
for
a
inviting me.
break now here on the Senior Hour on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
Drugs or alcohol abuse can tear a family apart. In Santa Clarita, just like everywhere else, it's an epidemic. The Way Out Recovery is here to help. Call them now at 296-4444 or visit them on the web at thewayoutrecoveryscv.com. The Way Out offers outpatient treatment for adolescents, adults, and family members. The Way Out is compassionate, caring, professional, and confidential. You and your family don't have to suffer any longer. Call the Way Out Recovery now, 296-4444, or visit thewayoutrecoveryscv.com and make an appointment. Asking for help is the first step.
Santa Clarita's new Friday night happening place is Vine's Restaurant and Bar at the Hyatt Valencia,
Vine's restaurant rocks.
featuring their prime rib buffet dinner.
Oh man, awesome buffet.
Prime rib, the best.
Our Friday feast.
Tomato basil soup, homemade.
Shrimp and Caesar salad.
Vine's Restaurant Friday night prime rib buffet, only $29.50.
The ultimate date night.
Make your Friday date night at Vine's Restaurant and keep every day of your week happy at the Vine's Lounge and Patio Happy Hour, 4 to 7 p.m. daily, featuring $5 appetizers and drinks.
There's only one Santa Clarita plastic surgeon who is Yale trained and board certified, Dr. Justin Heller.
To be a board-certified plastic surgeon like myself, what that truly entails is about 5 to 7 years of honed surgical training in reconstructive, all areas, as well as aesthetics, which means your facelifts, your breast augmentations, your body contouring, true training, and board certification. In fact, that's the only board-certified area that can be achieved in this realm.
Dr. Justin Heller, warm, understanding, always available for guidance because he's local. HellerPlasticSurgery.com.
Whatever your goals, College of the Canyons can get you there. Believe it or not, it's not too late to add a class this fall semester. They have transferable 8-week classes starting in October. Know someone who's away at college? Encourage them to get ahead by taking an online class with COC. With 3 campuses to choose from, Valencia, Canyon Country, and online, they make it convenient for you to start your finish. What are you waiting for? Visit canyons.edu/class schedule for class listings.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
Hometown.
Traffic report, simple news, weather, and lots of music. They pretty much play everything.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, KHTS. And our guests now are Dr. Avellino and Dr. Karanam from Facey Medical. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
And what are we talking about? That's exciting news.
Well, we were talking earlier, and I've known Chris for a long time.
Many years.
Many years, which is, we've had a great friendship at Henry Mayo Hospital. Chris is a part of the Facey Medical Group, and they were in the newspaper the other day, and they put shovels in the ground to build a new building out in Canyon Country to serve our seniors and the citizens of Santa Clarita.
Yeah, that's correct, Gene. So the new building hopefully will be built by the end of next year. It should be a much larger building. The parking situation, our current building, is just not adequate, so that will be greatly improved. We'll be able to offer a lot more physicians. We're going to be hiring a lot more physicians for that. And we'll be having an urgent care in that new building as well, which hopefully will be very nice.
Now, you and I have been around here for a long time, and the Facey name has been around as well. But did you know Dr. Facey?
Actually, no. I never knew Dr. Facey because unfortunately he passed away in the 50s and I was not born yet.
And his son was still alive. His son is still alive, and I think has been a physician here in this area in the North Valley. But I used to take care of his nurse, who was the first Facey nurse at Facey Medical Group.
Wow.
So that kind of dates me to a certain degree, but the Facey physicians that I've known them for years, like you, serving our community.
Yes, I mean, I've been in the community since 1999. I joined Facey, not out of residency, but I was with another medical group you may have known, Greater Valley Medical Group, because they were in this valley as well. But they were taken over, so I joined Facey, which was a very well-established medical group. I've been living in this valley. I've seen it grow up in the last 18 years here.
With your kids?
Yes, I was still single when I joined Facey. Now I have 4 beautiful daughters.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that's wonderful.
Empowered too, I'm sure.
Yes, they're empowered.
Yep.
You're
overruled.
You're outnumbered.
But you're both internists. And Dipti, you're with Facey Medical Group, and you're an internist, and you serve the part of the population are seniors, and it's not always an easy task, is it? They certainly have different medical problems and needs than younger patients.
It's slightly different, and I've been here with Facey since 2016. Last year, I've practiced for 5 years before that in the East Coast, and that's where I trained. But I'm happy to be back. We have family here. 2 beautiful children.
Oh, wow.
And
Congratulations.
Since I moved to Stevenson Ranch, been with Facey, and it's been great working at Facey. Being an internist, we take care of preventive diseases, a comprehensive spectrum of illness from simple to chronic illness. And once the relationship is formed, and that's what we at Facey cater to, pretty much establishing a good relationship and providing the care that they deserve.
Now, what does an internist comprise? What does that mean?
An internist takes care of adults, and starting at age 18 and over, we focus on preventive care and also taking care of anything that the adult patient brings in. We are equipped with the capability to deal with simple medical illness to complex, requiring the help of specialists. And at Facey, we are a multi-specialty group, and which facilitates the treatment.
The internists are the frontline physicians, though, and so often with our senior patients, they have multiple medical problems and mobility problems, and you name it, hearing problems, vision problems, chewing problems, everything just comes out. And, when you're
I don't want to get old.
you really don't want to.
I don't want to.
But you can take, we all practice preventive medicine, and we try to make sure that, those things are taken care of. So, when a patient comes into your office, for instance, you're meeting them for the first time. How do you get the rapport? How do you get their confidence that you're going to really take care of them?
Well, I think the big thing is letting them know that we care. I mean, it's really sending the message that the caring is the most important part. We develop that relationship. We can develop that communication, and they will be able to more freely communicate what they need. But I think the big thing is understanding that all of our physicians truly care about our patients, about their entire well-being. And if we can communicate to them that we care, then they can communicate to us about any issues that they have, so we can help take care of them.
And there's a whole repertoire of things now that we do in terms of preventive medicine and assuring that our seniors practice and go through all their true needs, like colonoscopies and mammograms, and some things are real simple, and assuring that their lab work is okay, and then other parts of it is a little bit more difficult, and you hope they don't run into problems, but sometimes they do. And so, and breaking that news to them and their families is not easy, but part of communication is getting them to move forward with it.
Well, I think this is where also helping them, guide them through the process, letting them know and understand what the process is going to be like. So hopefully there won't be surprises, because surprises leads to anxiety frequently to our patients, and then it can lead to some fear. And then they're really unsure of what's going on. So we try to prepare our patients as much as possible so they know they can kind of hopefully see what to expect, and allow them to kind of digest what's going on, and then if we need to see them more frequently, that's what we would do.
And one of the difficult parts for our senior patients is when they're hospitalized, and hospitals have changed to a high degree, and the hospitalists are stationary there, whereas you guys are in the office. But one of the stories I just want to mention about Chris is that I know that and you spoke about communication, and I overheard a conversation with a Facey hospitals with you, and that conversation was that you were it was your patient, and you were telling the hospitalists all the details of information that they needed to know about the patient to take care of them better in the hospital. And I just thought, now you're coming in and telling me, saying how important communication is, but here you were exemplifying that already, bringing and shoehorning your patient into a difficult situation in the hospital. I just thought that was great.
Well, thanks, Gene. But you're absolutely correct. I mean, let's face it, these patients who are in the hospital, they're the sickest patients needing to be in the hospital. So we definitely, preferably, yes, it still would be nice to be able to see our own patients in the hospital, follow them through, so that communication wouldn't even have to occur. But let's face it, we are in the office so frequently that it's difficult to get there in a timely manner and to be able to see a day-to-day changes. So that we went to this hospital's system, and
it's not easy for our seniors to understand, Chris, that because the system is a little bit different than what they're used to, what they saw their parents go through, and the motivation right now is to make sure that everybody gets appropriate and preventive care. And, if you have good communication, there's no doubt that's what's going to happen.
Yes. So to finish up with, thanks, Gene. But to finish up, we are lucky at Facey that these are actually Facey physicians as well. And so we go through the same electronic medical records. They will send us immediately what's happening with our patients, if not on a daily basis. Absolutely, when they get admitted, when they're discharged, any changes in medications, those discharge summaries come straight over to our electronic medical records the day that they're discharged, so we know what's happening with our patients. The consultants they use, a lot of our community consultants, but we also have some Facey consultants as well. But it really allows us, I think, to have that transition of care as smoothly as possible.
Well, you right now are over in Valencia. And all of the people who live on this side have to travel all the way over there. So what's going to be nice is when your building gets built here. this side of the valley.
Well, in Canyon Country.
Yeah, in Canyon
Because remember,
Country.
we moved to Newhall. Now we're here. The radio station is here in Newhall.
But we're in Santa Clarita.
Yeah,
the
but
city of Santa Clarita.
and our seniors, you're right. They're just less mobile.
Yes, they
and
are.
It just makes it a lot easier to be
It
able
will
to.
be. Now, where is the exact location you're going to be moving or
So
building?
Our Valencia office will maintain there on the corner of Valencia and McBean.
And that's quite a large
It
building.
is.
Very large.
our-
Is this new one going to be the same size?
It's going to be on par with the same size as that one.
And where now are you going to put it?
It'll
I'm
be
curious.
on Soledad Canyon Road, where Mammoth and Soledad hit.
Mammoth. Where is Mammoth?
It's north of Sand Canyon on Soledad.
Oh, all the way out there.
Yes.
So it's on the other side of Sand Canyon.
That's
a little
correct.
bit further.
Oh, wow.
It's about a mile and a half north of our current office.
Okay.
If you go on Soledad Canyon.
Yes.
We'll have to
Okay.
GPS it.
Yeah, and you have a large enough area out there?
Yes, it's a very large area that they have over there. It's right next to the 14 freeway.
14 freeway. Is it close to Curtis Sand and Gravel? That's right there at
That's
the freeway.
way out there.
Yeah.
Are
I
you
don't know
before
where
the
it is.
freeway?
It's way before that.
Are you before the freeway?
Yes.
As you
it's
go on
before the freeway.
Soledad?
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out where that is. I didn't know there was any open property over there.
Yeah, so, and, that, you need space here in Santa Clarita. That's the
That's
important thing.
true.
And there could also be soon that a depot there for where the Metrolink will stop as well.
Yes, that's correct.
So
Yeah.
that will aid in, and I'm, Barbara doesn't
will.
believe that the role autonomous cars will play in our future for our
no,
seniors.
no,
And of course I do.
I hope that happens by the time I'm a senior.
Oh,
It'll happen soon.
No, I'll have somebody drive me, but I
Uber.
will not.
Would you do
get-
Uber or Lyft?
One of them.
Okay, good.
But
good.
I wouldn't do an
autonomous
electric
car.
No.
Yeah, a computerized car.
No, absolutely not.
Because that's going to be the asset. Because I think what's going to happen for some doctors, they're going to be able to send out a vehicle to pick their patients up. And that's going to be totally different. Barbara's here starting to sweat.
No.
And
I don't
because
want
they
one
would-
to be sent out to my house. Absolutely not. A car coming up into my driveway, there's no driver in there?
That's going to be
couldn't
the
trust
future.
it. Oh,
Today's fiction is tomorrow's science. Who
And
knows?
no. Atwater up
Who
north.
would have thought? Who would
you
have
drive
thought?
around Mountain View now, and there's autonomous cars driving all over. What scares me the most is the semis that are autonomous as well. That's pretty
Hopefully
scary.
they'll have a separate freeway for those cars.
Well, they are, well, by law, I'm sure that this will not change. The driver has to be in the vehicle. And I'd rather have somebody minding the autonomous computer on the semi than the driver driving and they're half asleep.
Yes,
Sometimes
I agree with
that could be worse. So we'll have two people like a co-pilot there. But Barbara is practicing thinking, preventive medicine is going to be don't have the autonomous car.
well, now, wait a minute. I plan to live another 15 to 20 years. Mm-hmm. And
Which will make you 65 or 70, right?
I wish. But I absolutely hope that it's after I've gone that they come up with the electric cars.
Well,
That's fine.
They're computerized
20 years.
cars.
Well, whatever
And
they are.
I hope they're electric and solar paneled too,
Oh.
so that you won't have to even put gas in it. Yeah, look at her. She's profusely sweating here. She's diaphoretic, as we would say.
No. I absolutely hope something goes wrong that they can't manufacture them way off in the future.
I mean, independence, though, for our seniors is really so important. Having patients or seniors who are just sitting at home, they want to do things, but they don't have the ability to travel. This is where I think that could be very helpful for them to get to the store, get them to the senior center, places where they would like to go, but because of limited mobility and access to someone driving them, I think could be a positive in the future.
No. Sorry.
We've
That's
just
my
talked to the hand. Talk to the hand, Barb.
One person's opinion. Not that it will mean much.
We appreciate it. But science will we will all move forward with it.
Yes, I guess so. I mean, look what's happened since I was born. Good glory. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
That you could fly to Europe, in a mere few hours. And some people even have their ticket to the moon already. And
you can buy stars as anniversary presents.
Oh, I know. I wonder how that is.
What would you do with a star?
That's the purpose of
Point it out to your
marketing
kids.
tactics.
Oh,
I own that star. It's named after me.
But it's not always there. No, it moves.
Well, we'll put a little light on it or something, a necklace on it, so that you could see it, Barb.
Okay, well, after that, we need to take a break. My goodness. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, KHTS.
Santa Clarita Philharmonic has begun its season of free concerts. The SCP is a non-profit community-based volunteer symphony orchestra comprised of local musicians from throughout the Santa Clarita Valley who are dedicated to providing quality classical music for the residents of the Santa Clarita Valley. Like the Santa Clarita Philharmonic on Facebook or visit santaclaritaphilharmonic.org for more information.
Are you looking for unique gifts and home decor plus the latest in women's fashions? Look no further than Santa Clarita's favorite destination store, Cobblestone Cottage. You'll find 4,000 square feet filled with everything that makes a woman's heart go a-flutter. They are a nationally recognized Brighton Heart store carrying handbags, jewelry and footwear. You will find other top lines such as Vera Bradley and Pandora. Cobblestone Cottage in the River Oaks Shopping Center by Target. Log on to cobblestone-cottage.com.
KHTS is searching for veterans who are looking to start a new career. We've teamed with the Lifton Institute right here in Santa Clarita. If you're a vet, they've designed a program just for you. In 10 short weeks, you'll develop the skills to land a job in the film and TV industries. Lifton graduates are placed in industry jobs. Free, unique career training right here in Santa Clarita. Visit jobsforscvvets.com. There's no catch. It's free, but it's up to you. jobsforscvvets.com.
This is a Ritas Daybreak. There's a huge crowd at Ritas. With so many amazing flavors, every day's a treat. Let's see what folks are celebrating.
I lost my first tooth. No more training wheels. My dog photo got 37 likes.
3 kids, 3 activities, 0 meltdowns. There you have it. Layer it, blend it, or drink it with Italian ice and creamy custard. So many reasons to celebrate at Ritas. This has been a Ritas Daybreak.
At Advanced Audiology, we know how important hearing is to you, your loved ones, your work success, your safety, and your ability to stay in the game. Most people won't admit hearing loss to themselves or others. We make it easy for you. Today's digital hearing aids come in a variety of styles, including invisible. All feature-rich, providing unparalleled hearing quality, wearing comfort, and automation that simplifies your life. Don't be fooled by our imitators. There's only one Advanced Audiology with the purple sign next to AAA on Valencia Boulevard.
Hometown.
They're amazing and every single one of their songs is amazing. Except for like one.
Your hometown station.
Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, KHTS. And we're speaking with Dr. Avellino and Dr. Karanam of Facey Medical Group. And Dr. Karanam, thank you. My tongue got twisted up. Anyway, you mentioned before the break, you are a nephrologist also.
Yes, I'm both certified in internal medicine and both certified in nephrology also.
Why did you get involved in that part of medicine?
For subspecialty, initially we all have to train in internal medicine. With internal medicine, we encompass prevention, chronic illness, and taking care of adults aged 18 and over. Mm-hmm. With nephrology, we take care of chronic kidney disease, diabetes, hypertension, the chronic illnesses that are very common. All of that over time can affect the kidneys, it can affect the heart, and cause chronic kidney disease, eventually leading to end-stage dialysis also.
Yes.
And dialysis is not good. We would like to prevent it if we can and slow the progression. And the best way to do that is controlling the risk factors, which would be taking care of diabetes, taking care of blood pressure, and doing age-appropriate screenings. And
Not an easy task, though, is it? And one of the advantages of Facey is that if you start to have a problem and it's off hours, there's access still for patients to be able to get in touch with a physician.
it's a great resource that we have at Facey. Even after the office is closed, when one of our patients call the office, they're connected to the on-call physician who is there 24 hours a day, be it Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays. We always have an on-call physician that's able to take the call. They have access to the same electronic medical records. They have access to the patient's history, current medication list, and are able to guide them in the appropriate way and offer them advice on what next to do rather than going to the emergency room or the urgent care. And if things can be taken care of, they guide them. And sometimes if it's a heart condition, if they need to be evaluated further, then they are referred to the emergency room.
But it's for our seniors especially, it's their security blanket.
Yes.
To know that they can turn to someone and not guess what's going on in their life from their symptoms, but be able to talk to a professional on the phone to be able to say, hey, I got this problem, help me handle it.
We also have extended hours at most Facey locations, and that is also another good resource that can be utilized with transportation issues, or if we are waiting for a family member to take us to the appointment and issues like that. The extended hours serve the purpose.
Now, getting back to nephrology and kidney disease, do you have the capability to put people on dialysis machines at the office, at your house?
Usually dialysis requires planning. So chronic kidney disease encompasses 5 different stages, and there's slow progression over the course of the time. And once they reach stage 5, which is when dialysis needs to be started, when their kidney function is less than 15%, at that point they need to be referred to an interventional radiologist, and there's dialysis planning, because end-stage renal disease is a life-changing experience.
Yes.
Exactly.
It alters
It
your
is.
life. The independence, the autonomy that you had before is not there. So it requires planning, and it's a multidisciplinary approach.
And
Well,
adapt-
it's interesting because my sister-in-law had problems with kidneys, and she drank heavily, she smoked heavily, and had diabetes also. And after her husband died, she just kept going down and down and down, and finally we had to take her in for dialysis, and I would pick her up and take her there, sit with her, take her home, and then the same thing again, and finally she ended up in the hospital. And she said finally once, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, not an
I
easy.
want to be with Hank, with my husband.
Not an
Please, let's
easy.
stop.
Not an easy task of
And
life.
I thought, it was hard for me to accept that, but that's what she wanted. You know, she was going to be out of pain and in a happy place.
Yeah. And of course, our task as physicians is to be able to take care of our patients, and Facey does that job. And we appreciate your both being on the show today.
Yes, absolutely.
Dr. Karanan, Dr. Avelino, my
Thank you
good
so much,
friend.
Gene. It's always good seeing you.
It's always good seeing you, and Dr. Karanan, I'll be seeing you, I'm sure, as well. Appreciate your being on the show today and all the information for our seniors. We are sponsored by Advanced Audiology and Comfort Keepers in Home Care. Listen to us next week on the Senior Hour. Now go and enhance your quality of life.